In today's Gale's Good News, two local nonprofits are teaming up to support a unique program that teaches people with disabilities how to sail. Joining us now is the director of Help Us Gather, Ashley Richmond, to tell us about not only the sailing program, but other initiatives in place to help with inclusion. Welcome to Bloom.
Thank you so much for having me.
So first of all, let's start with what exactly is HUG?
Yeah, so Help Us Gather, or HUG, is a nonprofit that connects people with disabilities to social events and advocates for inclusion.
Which is so important because especially during this time of COVID, to find safe ways to come together.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate, silver lining side effect of the pandemic is now we all understand how it feels to be isolated. We've done a lot of looking into research, and 76% of people with disabilities feel alone and isolated on a regular basis. So before, it might have been hard for you or I to understand how that feels, and now, unfortunately, we all know how it feels.
Yeah, we do know how it feels. It leads to depression, anxiety, and then you compound that with the fact that they're living with a disability. It only would make matters worse.
Exactly.
So tell us about the partnership with Sailability. This sounds like such a cool program.
Absolutely, yeah. So HUG, on our website, we have social events calendars for children, teens, and adults. And one of the organizations that we partner with in the community is Sailability. So when we heard that they were having some struggles getting back up and running after the pandemic, HUG's founder, Robin Lally, has a private foundation and offered to partner with an event and provide them with a $10,000 grant. So we are super excited to have this event.
So who's eligible to get out and learn to sail?
That's the great thing about this program is because their sailboats are adaptive and they're working with trained volunteers to help on the sailboats. Anybody can get out and sail. They even have a lift for those in wheelchairs who aren't able to lift themselves into the boat. I mean, they have some incredible success stories about what they're able to do on the water.
Yeah, and you can see there all the beautiful Bay Area backdrops and getting out and about. And because of our gorgeous weather, this is something that they can do even now.
Exactly. And we truly believe at HUG, and this is why we partnered with Sailability, everybody in our community should have a chance to enjoy all the beauty that Tampa Bay has to offer. Even if they have a disability, that shouldn't matter. We believe everybody should get a chance to go sailing and go out to the beach.
Yeah, and speaking of the beach, you have another program that you're working on that's pretty cool, just to get people close to the water if they're not comfortable getting in a boat and going out into the water.
Absolutely. So it's another partnership we have with the Forward Foundation where we're offering to fund any cities in the area that are willing to install a mobility mat. And so it's a semi-permanent mat that allows anyone with any mobility challenge, wheelchair, walker, even a prosthetic limb, to easily get through the sand and get out to the water and enjoy a day at the beach with friends and family.
Well, just from the video that we saw, it looked like everybody's having so much fun. What kind of feedback are you getting?
Oh gosh, it's amazing. We have a few mobility mats in our area already, and so for folks who are able to get out to the water, I mean, we all know that's why we love living here, right? It's an incredible part of not only our community, but who we are as people. It brings us all joy. It's a wonderful place to be. So getting to see families reunited again, just because one person in their family had a disability and couldn't get out to the beach or out sailing, seeing the joy on their faces is worth every single dime and every second that we spend advocating for this.
So what as a community can we do to help and support what you're doing?
Well, absolutely supporting nonprofits like ours that are out in the community advocating, but also if you want to see more inclusion in your community, call up your mayor and your city councilors and tell them you want a mobility mat in your city at your local beach. We'll fund it. So we're really excited about that.
Oh, that's really, really cool. So all it takes is us picking up the phone and spreading awareness.
Exactly.
Okay, so how long does the program last? I mean, is there a start and stop point?
Well, like you mentioned, with our weather being so beautiful, luckily, Sailability, they haven't been running since before the pandemic, but now next month they are starting their first monthly community sale again. And for HUG, we have our online calendars where anybody can log on anytime and find events going on. But our advocacy never ends. We always are looking for more people to get involved and more ways we can make sure people with disabilities feel welcome and accepted in our community.
Well, these are really exciting programs, and it's so cool that you guys are doing this. And I love the collaboration that's going on as well with charities coming together to do good for the community. So appreciate you coming on Bloom and sharing all the good news.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, if you want more information, you can head to helpusgather.org. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.